Very, very special time in West Bloomfield as well, as we actually celebrated signing day earlier this week, where student athletes officially signed their letter of intent for future colleges. A very, very special time within West Bloomfield, within the community in general. So joining us right here live on The Splash to give a little bit more context as to signing day from West Bloomfield High School baseball, we have head coach Josh Birnberg. Thank you for being here, Coach.
I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool being there, actually, having a chance to witness these student athletes move on to the next level, having their families there. I want to talk about all of that. But first with you, what does signing day mean to you as a coach to see your players commit to such prestigious schools?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, having them the last 4 years and seeing their process and how they came in as little freshmen and seeing them grow up to be big, strong seniors that are going on to such great schools and seeing all the work they've put in behind the scenes. I mean, a lot of people just come and see our games, and that's awesome. But I get a front row seat to a lot of work they put in, when no one else is watching. And they really deserve it all. I mean, it's nice to be able to take 30 minutes to an hour to celebrate all the work that they put in, because those kids sure as heck deserve it.
Oh, yes, 100%, man. It was good to see the excitement in their faces and them kind of give the speeches to their families and things as well. And like I said, I want to explore that a little bit more, but I feel like it's important for us to ask you, as a former student athlete yourself at West Bloomfield, just talk about how that entire process actually helped you grow into the man that you are now.
Oh yeah, I mean, those were huge 4 years for me. And the baseball program was obviously a big part of that. It feels like you come into to West Bloomfield as a little kid, as a boy, and when you graduate, but between the teachers that are there and the 4 years you go through and your coaches, you hope to become more of a man. And I think that these kids that we've been lucky enough to have go through signing day, especially those two yesterday, definitely have gone through that process, and I've seen them grow up and seen them take more of a leadership role with the team as they've gotten older, and expect them to do the same thing for this upcoming season in 2025.
Yes, man, that's pretty cool right there. And since you mentioned the two athletes, let's talk about them specifically. Stephen Fountain and Slade Moore signed their letters of intent. Can you just talk about how watching those two athletes grow as leaders on the team, just talk about that experience?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I put it on my social media yesterday, but I truly believe that those are two of the best players that have ever come through the hallways at West Bloomfield as far as baseball goes. So, they were young. They've been playing really on varsity since their freshman year in some capacity. So I've really had them all 4 years, and I've gotten to know them. And I coach Stevie's older brother, so I've known the families for a long time, and they've always been good. So they've really been contributing to winning right away since they walked foot in the building as freshmen, and they just keep getting better and better and better. And they see the success they have, and they knew it could take them to the next level in college, and got them seen by the right people in the spring and the summer, and one thing leads to another, and you see them signing to two phenomenal
I
universities.
know.
And I love to see them staying close to home so that we can
Yep.
go watch them play and their families can go watch them play.
I already know that you feel good about that, man, watching that development,
Oh
being
yeah.
a huge part of that entire process, too, and that motivation, man. Congratulations to you on that. But with us right here live on The Splash from West Bloomfield High School, we have head coach of the baseball team, Josh Birnberg, talking about signing day and the growth of athletes, and also just talking about the community, which I want to speak on now. Just speak to the nature of the support from the West Bloomfield community before the season, before athletics, before high school, during their season, and even afterwards. Just talk about how that actually works.
Yeah, we're lucky. We had great support always in the baseball community when I played, and that's the same way now, maybe even more so. Obviously, with our turf field, that we got back in 2020 or for the 2021 season, I think it brought some more people out just with the beautiful facility that we had there, and we started to win a lot of baseball games. And if people weren't into it before, I think more and more people got involved and got into it, and everyone wants to be a part of a winning program. And people in West Bloomfield just really care about the baseball team. It's always been a team that, for the most part, has been really good, and we want to continue that tradition and keep people coming out and and keep families interested. And I think really the best way to do it, honestly, is as coaches, to care a lot about what's going on out there and keep winning games and keep sending kids on to play college baseball wherever it is. Any program that these kids are lucky enough to go play, as long as they continue their baseball career, if they love to play,
Yep.
it's a special experience for these guys.
I got to be honest with you, Coach. That speaks volumes to the system that's created. If you're having students come in as freshmen, leave out as seniors, or whatever the case may be, and then sign letters of intent, and this has been a repeated process, that literally speaks to your system. How do you approach the challenge of helping these student athletes balance academic and athletic commitments as they prepare for college and just to be young adults?
Yeah, to be honest, it's easy because in baseball, academics is so big. If you want to play college baseball, academics is something that must be there for you. You have to have a certain GPA to even be seen by these
Correct.
schools at the next level, or they don't even want anything to do with you. And in baseball, very often do kids receive full scholarships like you see in basketball and football. So academic money becomes very important. So it's kind of both ways. You need the grades to even be, have the schools interested in you. And then once they are interested in you, if they want you, it helps your family a whole lot to be able to get some extra scholarship money in there for academics. So it's a huge part of it. Just explaining that that's how it works. If you want to play college baseball, I think it's enough for these kids to take that very seriously, and for them to take just the classroom just as serious as they do the baseball field.
No, that's a great point, because the challenge or the process to get to the major leagues, if that is their goal, it's a lot more challenging in baseball than other sports. I know. Yeah. I've had family members and relatives trying to climb that hill to get to the pros, and there's so many different semi-pro leagues that you have, in most cases. So, no, I 100% get it. But like we said, overall, just getting them from high school to that next level, that just speaks volumes to your specific system and your preparation for them. You said two of the best baseball players to kind of leave or go through West Bloomfield. I want you to kind of speak to that. How do you feel like their impact, Stephen and Slade's impact and achievements, will kind of affect not only just West Bloomfield baseball, but the younger players there also?
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives the younger guys in our program and even the older guys, some of them, this, something to look up to a little bit. I mean, to have two kids going to, Power 5 schools like that, Michigan and Michigan State, in-state schools, programs we're familiar with, I think it's special. Rarely do you see, a public school be able to turn out two Division I commits in the same class of 2025 for these guys.
Good point.
It's awesome. Those two guys, I mean, Slade is left-handed pitcher, one of the best pitchers, probably not only in the state but in the country. I've seen the kid just compete at the highest level across the country for the last 2 years on my summer team as well. And there's just not a whole lot of kids out there that are better than him. And he's done it for us offensively and defensively also throughout his time here. And the same goes for Stevie. I mean, he was phenomenal for me in the summer last year all across the country. And he hits like crazy, and he's great on defense. I mean, kids, people see him and they see 6'10", and they assume that he's clumsy or, he doesn't have good coordination. He's a phenomenal athlete with great hand-eye coordination, and it surprises people. And you really see it, pay dividends for him out there on the baseball field on a day-to-day basis.
Man, that was the first thing I noticed. I said, yo, this kid is tall. I met him like, man, like, how you doing? He is super tall. That's like, he get a little bit of meat on his bones. Next Aaron Judge out there, man. That's going to be serious.
No doubt. For sure. No, like I said it yesterday, the sky's the limit for him. I think he's just scratching the surface, and I really feel the same way about Slade. So I think it's two guys that, as good as they are right now in high school, I think that they'll even be better once they get in their college programs.
Nice, man. Before we let you go, essentially, hopes, expectations for the upcoming season.
Yeah, win as many games as possible. We've been really good the last few years, top 10 team in the state every time they come out with the rankings. And we just run into a really, really strong team in the playoffs every year. So goal will always remain the same. Want to win as many games as possible, win a league championship, and then make a run come state playoff time.
Perfect. Well, we wish you luck on everything. Congratulations again on your student athletes going on to the next level. Speaks volumes to what you're doing there in your program. Once again, from West Bloomfield High School, baseball head coach, Coach Josh Birnberg. Thank you again, sir.
I appreciate you and all your coverage. Appreciate you guys.